Carol, I was on my way to Shirley's that night. I was there. I was walking up the walk to the front door and I heard this noise in the bushes and I saw this guy there bending down looking in the window and he came up to me pretty fast and he asked me what I was doing there and I told him about you and that I was just coming over to watch television. And I knew he wasn't from the neighborhood, but he did have tools with him, so I didn't think anything about it. And he took $20 out of his pocket and gave it to me. Asked if I'd go to this hardware store down on Eddy Street, get him some nails. And I said Eddy Street was pretty far and I'd have to take a bus and stuff. And he said that if I did him the favor, I could keep the change, which would be about $17. I mean, $17 just for hopping on a bus. So when I went to tell you, he stopped me. And he said that he had already told you about it and that he was waiting for me. I remember running up towards Washington Park to catch the bus and being so happy about this money and thinking I'd stop by the Greeks and get us a pizza to surprise you with. And for a minute on the bus, I had thought about what he said to me. He asked what I was doing there, and then later on he told me that he was waiting for me, but I didn't think anything about it because I had this money. When I came back, I opened the door and it was dark. So dark, I just heard the big clock there ticking. So I turned on the light, that panther light in the living room, and I saw your legs sticking out the kitchen and your blouse and your bra and your shorts were ripped and your legs had marks on them and you were so still. I thought you was dead. And I was so scared. I was so scared. I just backed out. Still had the pizza in my hands and I just backed out the door and I ran through Moran's yard and I pulled the fire alarm in every street. I don't know why I did it, but I did. And I just went down to the bay and listened to the sirens. When I came home, I saw the cop cars. And the cops had that pinned to the ground because he wanted to go out and kill the guy. And Jean told me what happened. And then she wasn't dead. And the look on Dad's face and the way Mom was shaking. Nobody was the same after that. When they finally caught the guy and brought him to court, I went because I thought he would say something about me. But he didn't get up to say anything. And the way those lawyers yelled at you. So many times I had to hear Dad talk about it, about how it was his fault because he couldn't keep a steady job. And if he had a steady job, it wouldn't have happened. And if he had a lot of money, he could have got a good lawyer. I'm sorry, I couldn't do nothing right after. I just drank my brains out. Anything to stop the pounding. So many nights I had to hear him talk about his Miss America. I killed him. And I ruined you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.